Hi, this is Ben and Brandon with Ladyblogs. We just wanted to show you some of the differences a paid versus free blog. When you pay for a blog, you have several different options that you don't have with the free version. However, there's pros and cons to each, and so we want to just kind of run that by you quickly. What we mean by free is if you were to use a service like Blogger and you create your domain name, then .blogspot.com or whatever it is. This is just a little blog, has nothing on it yet. It was just to show as an example. But great thing about this, you don't have to pay anything for it. It's pretty user-friendly in the back end. If you want to go ahead and make any changes, it's all point and click type of stuff. It's a lot less technical. And so that's one of the great things about a free blog, using a free blog service like Blogger, TypePad, or WordPress. However, some of the cons are if you wanted to, say you build a lot of links to this site, and you decided you want to own it. You actually want to own it, and you want to be able to have more options to optimize it, make changes and tweak it, and make it look exactly how you want. Here's an example of the one that we've been working on so far in the tutorials, my book summary. You can go ahead and choose the theme you want. You can change the theme you want, any theme you want on the free version. But you do have a lot more customizing abilities with a hosted version. And what I mean by that, a hosted, is I mean you actually get a hosting account and you buy the domain name, you own it, and then you install a service like WordPress or Blogger on that particular hosting account. The benefits of this in the long run outweigh the cost that you're going to have to pay for it. The reason why is because the cost for this is generally going to be somewhere around $10 to buy the domain name, and you have to pay that once a year to re-register it, and then somewhere around $8 to $10 a month for hosting fees. Okay, if you can pay for that, it's well worth it, because in the end you own the site, you own everything about it, and you can tweak it and change it to your heart's delight. You can make it look however you want to, and make any changes you need to make it. If you don't want to go ahead and put the money in right up front, you might test this out with a free blog first, and then later when you find a different niche, go ahead and buy your own domain name. So you might want to find one niche, make a little money off of it, maybe even make enough money to just pay for your hosting for the next one, and build from there. But that's the options.
So I've got a question here. I know on our forum we get asked a lot, well, if I want to go into it and I have a free blog right now, and I want to shift gears and move from free to paid, how do I switch over all my links and everything that's pointing to my blog and shift that over to the new blog that I would create?
So that's an excellent question, and the answer to the question is you can't. If you start with the free version, you have to stick with the free version for that particular blog. There are some things you can download and you can take a template, but all your links, everything, are not going to follow you. They're not, and you don't have the ability to do redirects on the back end with the free version. And so that's why it's essential to make this choice right now before you even start, whether you're going to go hosted or not. Now again, one option is to just to go with a free version right now for one blog, and then on your next blog, the one that you're, maybe this is your practice blog, and then the next blog is something you're going to spend a little bit more money on if you want to. But I would just suggest, though, if you do have the extra cash, the extra $10 a month, maybe don't go out to eat once a month right at first so you can pay for it. I would suggest you do that if at all possible, because you're going to put a lot of work into this, and it's going to be yours. It's like a piece of real estate that you're cultivating, and you're imagine it being your own garden that you're going to plant the seeds, you're going to do all the work for, and you want to have the full harvest. Well, and then you want to own it completely. When you go with the free version, it's kind of like renting a place rather than owning it. And so, any other questions?
say I set up 5 different blogs, am I going to have to pay $10 a month for hosting for each blog, so $50 a month for my 5 blogs?
Oh, that's a great question. Now, I did show you when on the setting up your hosting tutorial that if you go through HostGator and please use our affiliate link that I showed you in the video to do that. But when you go there, you have unlimited amount of blogs you can set up for that hosting account. So it's just you just have to pay that $10 a month, and you could have 50 different blogs hosted there if you wanted to.
So basically, as far as the cost of actually getting going, $10 once a year for your domain name, and then your monthly hosting, and I can add as many blogs as I want to that.
Exactly. And domain name, just again, for those who may not be familiar with that word, a domain name is going to be whatever.com. So in this case, mybooksummary.com. That's your domain name. You have to register that. So, all right. Thank you very much.